All right, so we just got a hotfix for Disney Dreamlight Valley, and of course this comes post So Delightful update, and there's some pretty big changes here for Storybook Vale and Snippets, so let's take a look at what the hotfix reveals. In the beginning, it's just their usual intro, hey Valley Villagers, following the launch of So Delightful, yada yada. All right, let's go down to new content here. So under new content, it says added a recipe to crafting stations. By the way, it's not a recipe, it's multiple recipes, which we'll get to, that players can use to convert snippets into storybook magic. Secondly, it states added a recipe to crafting stations to allow players to create a training manual for the snippet catching role. Moving down, it's just mostly bug fixes, so there's not a lot in this hotfix to really read out. If you have any problems with bugs or, you're looking at other improvements, then definitely check us out. We'll look at some of these. Let's see, quest fix. Yeah, most of these here. Let's look for fixes. Fixed an issue in reorder stories where it was possible for players to become stuck if they rotated a piece at the same time as placing it. I never knew that was a thing. Okay, interesting. Fixed an issue where the duty completed pop-up did not display the hotkey to navigate to the Dreamlight or StarPath menus. Okay, I'm glad to see that. That was kind of annoying. Like every time I finished a StarPath duty, I didn't get the option to toggle to the StarPath. I had to wait for that to go away. Then I could use that option, but that was a little bit of a headache. Fixed an issue where the menu highlight can be moved in the background when the more tokens pop-up is present on the screen in the event menu. Fixed an issue where the sticky traps could be placed in Base Village and Eternity Isle. Fixed an issue where a memory would incorrectly ask for only 3 pieces to complete it. Oh, good. I've already finished that memory, but I'm glad they fixed that. Fixed an issue where the newspaper dress did not appear as intended. Fixed an issue where players would receive all the mail for one of Pumbaa's quest lines all at once instead of in steps. Yeah, that's been an issue since we got Pumbaa. Fixed an issue where trumpet snails were not spawning. I did not notice that. I've been getting my trumpet snails, I think. Fixed an issue where rainy weather would not water planted crops on floating islands. Okay, interesting. Fixed an issue where players could get soft-locked into a first-person view. Oh, nice. Now, this I have seen a lot. This one I actually have run into constantly, at least once per play session. I'll get stuck in a first-person view, and then I have to restart my game. So that's actually a really common one for me. Fixed an issue where the Frost and Fairy StarPath filter is missing in the furniture and wardrobe menus. Oh, good. Yeah, everything from the Frost and Fairy StarPath for some reason had the Night Show tag. So that's a good fix there. Fixed wallpaper and flooring not available in Scrooge McDuck's store. Fixed an issue where players' saves could be too large and cause initialization error number 1. Dang. I'm glad I never ran into that because I have a lot of stuff on my save. Fixed the winter swing furniture in display was larger than intended. The Edna testing machine furniture is positioned too low. Oh, we'll have to look at the Edna testing machine stuff. It was pretty low though. I used it in my Dreamsnap, and it did feel super low to the ground. Fixed an issue where too many NPCs could be loaded in the village, causing lag. Oh, interesting. I have noticed there's been a lot of NPCs, like, just getting stuck around my wells and just not even moving. I wonder if that's part of this. Fixed an issue where a part of the Fallen Fortress was inaccessible. Fixed an issue where the Scramblecoin board could become covered in fog. That's super random. Fixed an issue where the red notification dot would remain indefinitely on event tabs. Fixed an issue where some players would crash when entering their house when certain items were placed inside. I wonder which items those were. Do you guys know in chat? Further fixes to remove additional dishes containing pork from Pumbaa's restaurant and favorite gift request. So they had to do another fix on Pumbaa. That was in the patch notes for So Delightful. They said they fixed Pumbaa asking for pork, but Pumbaa doesn't give up. If he likes eating pork, he likes eating pork. I think they should just let him have pork at this point because they had to fix it once, then they had to turn around and patch it again because he just kept asking for pork. I say let him have pork. No lights being fixed? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So our lights turning off whenever we go into Scrooge's shop is still a problem? Is that right? That's too bad. You would hope a hotfix like this would fix something like that, but oh well. Oh well. Well, there you have it, guys. If you're dealing with any quest bugs, if you're dealing with anything here, if you run into problems with these major quests from Storybook Vale, be sure to check the link in the video description to see if the quest you're having issues with has been fixed, because I typically don't read over the quest fixes as they are very circumstantial and only apply to a handful of players. But yeah, overall, not a whole lot to go over in these patch notes, but let's take a look in-game at the snippet recipe to make Storybook magic, because I do want to talk about that a little bit. Okay, so here we are, and like I said, it's not a recipe. There's 13 recipes. But what's really strange about this to me is that they're all for just 15 Storybook magic. And the reason that's strange is because some snippets I feel should be more valuable than others. I feel like this wasn't that well thought out or executed. So for example, a bluebird snippet, I have 627 of these. They are by far the most common. They're so easy to catch. They're all over the bind. And that's also where I have my crafting stations in my garden. So I'm usually in the bind. That's why I have so many of these. So if you take one bluebird snippet, you can make 15 Storybook magic, just like that, right? You would think that some of the more rare snippets that are way more difficult to catch, like for example, the blue demon snippet. The blue demon snippet, you have to hunt this thing down 4 times. Every time you hit it with your net, it's gonna teleport and you have to go chase it down. It'll go through walls, it'll go down, up and down elevation, and it just takes more time to catch blue demon snippets. So you would think blue demon snippets would be more valuable than blue bird snippets, and they would give you more Storybook magic. But that's not the case at all. Here it is, Blue Demon Snippet, granting the exact same amount, 15 Storybook magic. And it's the same for every snippet. And this just doesn't seem very rational to me. It just kind of feels like this whole patch was a bit rushed to get it into this update. And I'm not a big fan of the way they've set this up. I think, because there's really no point in catching the more advanced snippets as long as this is the way they're going to do it. There's no reason at all to go after blue demon snippets if I'm going to get the same exact amount of Storybook magic from a blue bird snippet. Why would I go through more trouble to get these better snippets if I can get the same exact result from these very common and easy to catch snippets? It's just very strange to me. And it, like I said, it just does not feel well thought out at all. And I'm not hating on the game. I'm just calling it like I see it. I've loved the Storybook Vale update. I've loved the direction they're taking the game, but I wish the devs put a little bit more thought into fixes or patches like this. This whole system just seems rushed, and it just feels kind of pointless to have all these different recipes that just take one snippet a piece and give you the exact same reward. Now, maybe that's not intended. Maybe they rushed this patch out so fast that they ended up getting a result they didn't plan for. Maybe these are actually supposed to give you more, but they're not working properly. We'll have to wait and see, because this patch just came out today, so maybe it will get fixed again. But that's not the only little issue I have here. Now, we also finally have the Catching Snippets training manual. And another reason I think that this patch was a little bit rushed, I mean, just look at the name of the manual. There's no spaces, it's just Catching Snippet training manual. Just one solid thing. I do love that we have another craftable that requires snippets, 10 blue birds, 10 green frogs, 10 pink demons, so at least we have something else we can craft. But as of right now, I'm not really planning on making snippet training manuals. Overall, snippet catching still seems a little bit pointless to me. They don't sell for much. Yes, you can craft Storybook magic out of them, and that can be pretty good, but there's not that many things in the game that require Storybook magic. There's just not. I know we will get more, for sure, in part 2 of the Storybook Vale update. But as of right now, in Storybook Vale, there's, a handful of things that cost 500. And I'm sitting here with 37,000 Storybook magic, and I haven't even crafted any Storybook magic with my snippets yet. So, I just think since it's so limited, I don't know how many of these beds you're going to make. I don't see people making a lot of these items. So I just don't really see the point in snippet hunting once you finish the lore book. I still just don't see it. It just doesn't seem like a good fix to me. Snippet hunting still feels a bit pointless once you finish the lore keeper pages. I mean, yeah, it's good that there is some use for snippets. I am glad that they did include the option to turn your snippets into Storybook magic, but I just wish they'd have put a bit more thought into the way it works, and I also wish we had more utility with Storybook magic. If you look at Eternity Isle and the way Eternity Isle worked, time bending became the profession. It became an incredibly strong profession to utilize because we got ancient machines, which completely transformed the game. We're able to auto-garden, auto-cook, and pick up everything around our biomes with the ancient vacuum. But you need mist to do those things. So mist became very, very important, and you can get mist through time bending. So now we can get Storybook magic through snippet hunting, thanks to the addition of Storybook magic crafting via snippets, but where's the utility? why do I even need to craft Storybook magic? Because right now there's just not really much I want that requires Storybook magic. And yeah, you know, I would love to make a few of these extra little tiny Princess and Frog chests, and some of these items are pretty neat. They're unique, they're fun, they're interesting, but it's just really limited. There's just not really a lot of things I see myself needing to craft, and yeah, I do not think I'm going to be making any of these manuals for now. I'll probably make some later when part 2 comes out if it gives us some good utility for Storybook magic. But for right now, it's just not there, and I'm just not really interested in it. And I'm also just a little disappointed in this hotfix. I know I might catch some heat for that. Some people in the comments might disagree, and they might say I'm being overly critical, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm just being honest about how I feel with this hotfix. Let me know if you agree or disagree. And also, if you found today's video helpful, informative, or simply entertaining, please do me a very big favor and press that like button. Also, consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. If you would like to catch more content, you can find me live on Twitch Monday through Friday. Links to both my Twitch channel and Discord server can be found in the video description down below. As always, thank you so much for your time today, and I hope you enjoy the future of Disney Dreamlight Valley.